Hello everyone and welcome back to Funny Channel Casts. Today we are on Black Forest. Yeah, I actually got the map right. Okay, so we're on Black Forest. I'm playing the most broken division in the game called 56Y. I'll explain why it's the most broken division in the game, and no, it's not the cluster mortar. It's not the cluster mortar. Cluster mortar is just an addition of why it's broken. But I first want to talk about the map. Like, when it comes to this map, this is like one of the worst offenders of a good side, bad side. I mean, depending on which division you have. If you have a forward deployed division, basically, anything that can grab land, this is probably one of the most punishing maps to play. You essentially get a +1 tick for free just by the virtue of existing by spawning on this side of the map. This is the better side. If people say that this side here is better, they're trying to gaslight you. They're trying to rob you, literally rob you of elo. And I will explain to you why. So let's go first over my deployment. So my opponent is playing 9 Panzer, and I know he has absolutely no forward deploy to speak of. Even if he had forward deploy, it wouldn't matter because I got this side of the map. So let's go over my deployment. So 56Y, it's a relatively standard deployment. You dump your whole card with Spetsnaz Grustinger. Spetsnaz Grustinger, one of the reasons why this division is so broken is because you can buy 4 of these guys and that's your AA. You don't have to spend any money on AA, and these guys can grab land. And considering they come in an EGL transport, that costs 35 points, you essentially get a unit that can actually hold the ground that it takes because of the funny transporting comes in. So I essentially just deploy one here, deploy the other 2 here to grab this land, and deploy this one here. Now you might say, why are you deploying here? It's because you get here first. One of the reasons why this side is so good is because you get to this bush here first. If the other side had, forward deploy that has like 100 kilometers per hour road speed, right? I would still get to this bush here first and be able to stop him from getting into these buildings. Which is, if you don't think this is problematic, like my side taking these buildings for free and getting this whole point for free, and then getting these buildings for free as well, so half a point, another point here for free, and this for free. Just grabbing this basically here gives you a +1 tick just by the virtue of existing. My opponent's side gets here first. Even his recon forward deployment gets to like here by the time my airborne forward deployment gets to like here. So this is his side. This is his zone. He gets this, funny sawmill, whatever the fuck this is, but the thing with the sawmill is it doesn't lead you anywhere. He can take it, and it literally won't matter. The fact that he took it, because it doesn't really give you many options. Like, it gives you an option to go down this road, into fucking crossfire ATGM hellhole to try to go into a city grind, and your supply route is gonna be all the way here. Well, my supply route is just gonna stay this, because you have no way of cutting this off. Unless you, like, I don't know, completely win the game by trading 5,000 points or something, then you can do whatever the fuck you want. But in reality, what getting to sawmill allows you is maybe to, sneak back here and contest this point, but contesting this is usually not the play. At least coming from here, like it's viable, to, I don't know, grind here and then do a bomb rush here, but even like 2 prone attack, but even then it's like horrible. Let's just go back to my deployment. You dump your Razvedka BMP2s everywhere. Why this division is so good as well is that you can just take every single card of BMP2s at max vet and get like 20 plus of them. The fact that you get free vet on all of your, basically every single card, is insane to me. And even though Razvedka BMP2s are fucking expensive, it's still really good for the deployment, because not only do you get to grab the land first, your fire support arrives there first as well. So let's continue. Like I get a Razeko BTR 60 here into this building. You also basically get to this bush here first as my side, no matter what you do. And then another Razeko BMP2 here. So basically what my plan is to take this here and this here and put his blob into an ATGM crossfire hellhole from here, from here, from here. Basically the rest of the deployment is pretty standard. I just spam a lot of ATGMs. You know, some DSH Conquer, some BTR 70 Metis in the AGS transport. I think that, you know, maybe you're gonna say, oh my god, Joker, where is your Metla, where is your Okrana, or whatever. I think it's a mistake to waste this excellent BMP2 spam tab on meme vehicles and meme units. Maybe the Okrana itself is good to just grind towns because it's a 10-man squad, but if you're like buying the Metla for like the rockets or something, I think you're wasting points by the virtue of just not buying, you know, a BMP2 instead. And you know, you just get this 14-man squad that you grind any town with and you win any town fight because it's a 14-man squad. So that's my deployment. I'm gonna go to my opponent's deployment. He's playing 9 Panzer, so he's playing a really slow tank mechanized blob div. It's really good and it's really cost efficient. But my division is better. As you can see, he, you know, buys 2 cubes and then skeleton M's. You know, that's 180, that's 300 points on AA that he has to spend. Meanwhile, I spend 0 points on AA. I mean, my AA is shit that grabs the land and then sits back and acts as AA. And then I can use the Luas as the fire support. That's sort of the strengths of this deck. And the fact that you can spam BMP2s and everything comes at free vet. You're gonna see, I don't think I'm even gonna use the cluster mortar in this game. So, you know, his deployment, just T-72 blob, some BMP1s with the Malyutka. Okay, that's a choice that I don't know why he would take the BMP with the Malyutka for 30 points. Just, I think it's trash, but you know, my opponent, maybe he prefers the playstyle. You know, he has an ATGM going here. Little does he know I get there first. And basically he tries to deploy here. Little does he know I get there first. And he tries to get here. Little does he know I get first, because this map is bullshit. I'm gonna cast it from my side, obviously. As you can see, the game doesn't last long. I'm gonna just fast forward until he gets here. I gave him this for free. I guess I could do contestant center, but I think you're essentially throwing points into nothing by going here. Well, as you can see, my, you know, Special Grew Stinger gets to here before his outclearer and just does the funny AGL stuff. I get everywhere I want, and his BRM gets here, I guess, and that's about it. So as you can see, I just grab everything I want, and you know, his blob is slowly coming. T-72 is underpriced as fuck, and you know, all the fire support, the fact it gets BMP2s, the fact it gets cubes and everything means that you can get a blob rolling really early. But as you can see, just putting the blob in a crossfire is actually really punishing. I guess he didn't expect me to, you know, put him in a crossfire here, but as you can see, it's just ATGM hellhole everywhere. Like, everywhere he is, there's just an ATGM firing at him, and the fact that I just get these buildings here for free. This building here especially just cuts off his supply road to the town. Like, how do you contest this without having this building? And the fact that my side gets the building for free, literally for free, by the virtue of just, you know, spawning on the side here is mind-blowing to me. So let's say that even he got into the town, right, and held this half, I would still be on a +1 by just putting a CV here. Just by the virtue of existing, picking a, you know, better side of the map, I get a +1 tick that he has to fight against. And not only that, I put him like in an impossible situation where I just you know, spam 80 gems from every fucking angle. I could have even put 80 gems here. So, you know, what else can my opponent do except, you know, go back, accept reality, and, you know, blob up? Because because that's what his division is really good at, right? At blobbing up. You know, he tries to get the T72 here, you know, just playing the game. He loses vision because he killed his outclearer. You cannot see in these buildings, by the way. Like, this is literally invisible Plamaya just shooting at your recon if you try and get, like, here. So, like, once you lose these buildings, it's actually pretty hard to take him back. I think that your best solution when playing from his side is essentially to just smoke this off and then try and push these buildings and cut off my supply route, because this building is really powerful. Like, for my side as well, like, you can see the range, it completely blocks him off. But if he, you know, gets his 80 gem here, like he did in deployment, right, he would be able to cut my, you know, supply here. So, you know, he buys artillery. I'm not gonna try and diss my opponent or anything, but when you're losing, buying artillery is almost never the answer. You can buy a smoke mortar to get rid of that, you know, DSH conquers, and unless your plan is, you know what, I'm gonna sit back and arty my opponent for 20 minutes and then, you know, get in, then it can work. But otherwise, no. I want to talk about this point here. I mean, I did say that his side gets it for free, but even if he gets it for free, you're still putting points here, which are gonna do nothing. And it allows me to bully you here. Like, let's imagine he diverted like 300 points worth of units to hold this shit here that I'm not gonna contest anyway. That would mean 300 points less here. And you know, his coup gets a shot. And hits my thing. I actually, yeah, and I buy a cluster mortar immediately when I see the cube and ping it. But as you can see, like, I'm not, this is not like a good division because of the cluster mortar. I got into this position and this AA situation and this ATGM spam hellhole just by the virtue of existing as a division. Like, there's no cluster mortar involved here. Cluster mortar is essentially when you're in this position, you get into such a good position, you get the, you know, ATGM spam rolling that you're gonna get the bullshit mortar, and you're just gonna start annoying your opponent and make him dance to, you know, move his units every 20 seconds. So I don't think this division is gonna be weak, even if they literally nerf hammer this to, like, I don't know, 60-second reload time. I think it's gonna be funny. Yeah, I saw him move the cube here. Anyway, yeah, so let me go back to this. So he tries to push, let's say he gets 300 points here, and that doesn't connect him to the fight here, because this is 1 point, and this here is 3 points. So this is kind of where you want to fight. But at the same time, you cannot allow me to go into here and get another tick. So you have to find the delicate balance of just sending enough forces here to hold, while at the same time having enough forces here to contest it. Which, you know, as a mechanized tank division, it really blows to, you know, try and do that. You know, his artillery is my DSH Conqueror, that was out of ammo anyway. BRM dies here, that he tried to sneak into my backline and sadly didn't one-shot this BMP2 because 4 frontal armor, bro. Yeah, but as you can see, there's just ATGM fucking BMP2 T62 wall here that, you know, he can cope about, essentially. Like, he can, you know, try and push. He's spamming his T72s, you know, he's blobbing, but for every T72 he buys, I buy 2 ATGMs, and I'm in such a good position that I put him in a crossfire that it literally doesn't matter. Like, I'm just in such a winning position that the only thing that he could maybe do is, you know, put a blob here and grab these buildings, and then from those buildings try and cut off my supply and then go back into this zone. And then after, you know, I'm on like a 1k point advantage, does he have time to try and win it? And that's kind of the only thing I wanted to show. Yeah, you can see the cluster mortar just one shot and then 2 miss. And then I win on the RNG on the third one and kill the coup. Yeah, tragic. You know, his artillery is working. I don't know what he was targeting here. You know, you see ATGM, he tries to peek, gets hit by a cocoon to the side, dies. Gets hit by ATGMs here, dies. He can't see them, he can't push his recon up because he dies to the plum, yeah. And the plum is invisible in the building. And everything is just horrible. Like, if I was in his situation, like, I mean, I have been in this situation 10 times, literally, because I like playing slower mechanized devs. I just had a phase of a few days where I was playing this broken, disgusting division. And, you know, he's just suffering, dying to ATGMs. Trying to, you know, to brute force his way through, because that's, like, one of the only ways he can, and it just doesn't work. You know, shooting at the fucking plummy in the building, like, good luck with that. My fucking... Yeah, because the cluster mortar, his fucking thing, I can just air spam. Poor guy. Poor guy. And then, by the virtue of me just outgrinding him here, I just take this as well. So he's on like a negative... What? He's gonna be on a -4 tick. And there's no way out of this situation, essentially. So he surrenders. I would have surrendered a long time ago, essentially. So, like, your only option is maybe to heal or rush, but you cannot heal or rush 56Y. And it gets into such a strong position that pushing it out is almost impossible, even if it didn't have a cluster mortar. Maybe the only thing this division can maybe struggle against are, like, you know, more infantry heavy divisions, but even then it, you know, has bullshit squads and bullshit fire support that there's really no helping it. This is just a broken division, fundamentally by design. It's literally by design broken. That I don't think you can fix it by just nerfing the cluster mortar. Anyway, .spy is a good player, rank 37, and you can see that, like, don't think I'm dissing, like, you know, rank 38, that his guy is somehow bad. He's really good. We play games, he beats me, I beat him, in ranked, whatever, but, like, all I wanted to showcase how, you know, this map, Black Forest, you know, people are like, you know, it's one of the more balanced maps, blah blah blah, I enjoy it the most, but it's one of the worst offenders of good side, bad side, of map design. And that, you know, even if it's a really good player, that if you get in a really good position, that the map simply dictates the way how you play and, you know, your victory conditions. And I got all of my victory conditions that he couldn't really do anything about it. So that's about it. The cluster mortar only killed his AA, and that's it. And his artillery by killed the Conquers. So there you go, guys. That's all I wanted to show you. So see you next video. Bye bye.